behavior is what we're calling value creative. And what we mean by value creative is constantly trying to innovate around new business models, and oftentimes using the collective wisdom of the crowd. Zipcar is an obvious example. What I love about Zipcars, I was reading about them the other day, they said that for every one Zipcar they put on the road, they eliminate the need for 20 other cars. So if I was Ford or GM, I think I'd be kind of worried about that. Zopa, one of the early pioneers in peer-to-peer lending. This is started in the UK. This is a marketplace for money where you can loan and borrow money from peers. If this takes off a scale, that would give banks a run for the money as well. And then Kickstarter, reinventing the idea of venture capital. I'm sure you guys know about it, but awesome example of using the power of the crowd. You can post ideas to get funded, and it's really interesting in that you don't even get a return on the investment other than the pleasure of seeing it happen. So why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because I think that this is a really exciting future. If it's true that companies of the future, the ones that will win and define the future, need to create products that are useful, that are good for people, that solves a problem or delights them. If they have to put social good at the center of the business, and be experimental and boundaryless and create new business models, to me, that's a really exciting future. And it's one that is also really exciting for designers. One of the things we learned from the research that we did is that the 500 people that we spoke to felt that these are the right winning attributes of companies in the future, but they also thought that they didn't really have those skills. This group of people in this room naturally does these things. So I think that that's an awesome place to be if you're a designer. I'm not the only one that thinks this. You can't pick up a business publication these days without seeing something about the value of design. So hugely optimistic for designers in this new future. That said, I think we have to step up to the plate a little bit and make some shifts of our own. And I'm not the first person to say this. Obviously, it's been said quite a bit at the conference so far, but we have to stop obsessing about designing things and start thinking about designing experiences for people. And don't obsess about the style of something, but what purpose it plays in people's lives. And to not think about a project as being done, but just in constant beta. It's always moving, always moving. And it's going to require us to get outside of our comfort zone, and no offense, but not to hang out with just designers, but to, go across the hall, hang out with the finance guys, hang out with the operation guys, the engineers. And I think what you'll find actually is these guys are designers too. They're just designing something differently, or something different. And finally, if we really want to be valuable and valued in this new context, we have to step outside of the notion of obsessing on craft. I spent most of my life designing things and obsessing about craft. And I'm not saying we shouldn't do that. We should do part of that. But we also have to become fluent in the language of business. Because if you really want to make an impact and be valuable and valued, then that's the language that we need to speak to convince these people to create change. So I see huge opportunity for design to play a bigger and bigger role in business, and I hope that you guys see it that way too. I think business sometimes is seen as the enemy as opposed to a force that could really change things, and I think if we do this, if we make these shifts, we have a massive opportunity to create value and have a positive impact on the world. Thanks for listening.